hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Teus Moret.
What's up?
And of course, you know, Nixon. Hello.
Yep.
We were going to do something, you know, a bit doomy, but...
Gonna do some Doom, but pricks didn't fucking make it online for PlayStation.
No, that's bollocks. Screw you, PCs.
So, I'm running through some Diablo 4 and Matt's coming along for the ride. He's already finished it.
I finished it
Not
with,
that way.
with my beautiful wife. So I'm using my sorcerer, which I've used him a little bit. He's quite fun actually. I like setting things on fire.
Other than this, I've actually been playing a lot of Skyrim again.
Skyrim
and Oblivion. Yeah, I don't have a horse yet, so fuck you. I haven't done the thing to get the horse.
Is that a rando?
Probably. It's a massive, like, World of Warcraft style open world, I think.
Yeah, but there's a cellar.
But I don't think the randos have the ability to
Wow, this place is like well above me.
Stick with me and you'll be fine.
There's a cellar down here.
There's a what?
A cellar.
Oh, cellar.
A cellar.
I wasn't sure what you were talking about then. I was like, there's a what?
Yeah. Oh, that's your stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah. I got homeboys. I'm a necromancer.
I took a screenshot of that.
Oh, the two characters.
Yeah. Whoa!
Well, fuck me, okay. A bit more popular than I was expecting.
Yeah, these guys are like, that pretty much like double my level.
Well, thanks for that backup.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, give me a second. Oh,
alright, I'm back.
Because you know I could revive you, right?
I did not. Oh, and I know why I died too.
You stood in,
that's cool.
in poison.
Yeah. I really got to start paying more attention to that shit, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that fucking catches me out in Diablo dance a lot, actually.
The little status things, yeah.
Yeah, I've been caught out by that more than I'd like.
No.
But, you know, it as is one to happen, I suppose.
Hang on. I don't have any consumables
what have I got in the way of stuff?
Stuff and things!
I've got Defiant Bite. Yeah, right, that makes sense. Summon up some new skeletons. Cool. Our work here is done.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I normally prefer to use the Necromancer in Diablo. I was very happy when they added it to Diablo 2.
You mean 3?
Diablo 3, sorry, yes, Diablo 3.
Yeah, I'm level 11. These things are still kind of, you know, level 20 for me. I mean, hopefully it means that, you know, I kind of level up quickly and well.
Should do, you'd think. Oh, cool. Alright, yeah, I'll take that.
Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Oh, crapola!
Eat this.
I think I should have bought my barbarian. I don't get to play with my sorcerer much. Oh, chest. Neat.
Be honest, I didn't dislike this game, but it wasn't Diablo 3.
Now, Diablo 3 definitely had its...
I really liked Diablo 3. A lot. I think Diablo 3 is probably still my favourite of the Diablo series.
I'm probably willing to agree with that, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I said nothing against this one. It wasn't bad, I played it bad, but, yeah, no. I think Diablo 3 was better, more accessible, maybe?
See, I'm still not sure whether this one's a prequel or a sequel.
I think it's a sequel. Because it has
honestly,
4 in the part.
yeah, but as in, just the way the story goes.
Oh. Why? Is there something that sort of
Yeah, and
suggests that it's not quite... Something that suggests perhaps it takes place before 3?
yeah, no, it does.
Oh, okay, what's it,
Or to me, it almost seems like it may have started, it may be set before 1.
Dunno. Before 1?
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. Oh, are we doing an event, are we?
How'd you get the vibe? I am genuinely curious as to where you got the vibe that it was before 1.
Oh,
Is there something? Because I mean, to me, this seems like this world is way more shitty and decrepit than the one in 3 was.
yeah, no.
This certainly seems more like, oh well, everything's gone to shit and that's the end of it.
Yeah, but then again, they're always gone to shit. They've always been.
Yeah, but look, you're not wrong, but this one seems like it's more gone to shit. Like I said, man, I honestly don't know.
I just don't want to say anything, just kind of spoil it for you.
Oh no, go right ahead now. That's
Out of mana.
I assume at the end of the game you beat Lilith.
Yeah. You even get an email from Blizzard going, congratulations. Yeah. Because Flick and I did it over the weekend, so and we got the email from it today.
Considering what Blizzard are planning on doing on their fucking attitude.
Well, why?
Because if there is a Diablo 5, there's a good chance we won't get it.
Why?
Because Diablo fucking 5 comes from Activision Blizzard, who are soon to be owned by the chosen Microsoft.
Oh no, so it's going to be Xbox exclusive, isn't it?
Quite possibly.
Oh, great.
Word on the street is fucking Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be Xbox exclusive.
Oh, that's bullshit.
No, that's the dickheads over at Microsoft realizing they don't have the ability to create their own good fucking exclusive titles, so they're just going to fucking buy the companies and, lock them up that way.
Pilfer.
That's honestly what it comes down to, man. Microsoft have had fuck all when it comes to being able to create exclusive titles of their own. So now they're just buying up the studios. This is the same fucking company. I don't know if I told you. The report came out last week, something like that. Might have been a bit earlier than that. That the fuckwit that runs Microsoft at one point was like, oh, we should try and buy Nintendo. Yeah, he's a laughing stock. People are just like, really? You fucking dickhead?
Wow. Give me a minute. I'm just going to spend a point.
Try and buy Nintendo. What a moron. He's a moron. Straight up, dude's a moron.
Yeah, more than a little.
But dude's a moron with a lot of money, and he's used that money to get his grubby little mitts on fucking Bethesda, which are your Elder Scrolls, Dooms, all those ones. Which
and the
annoy
Fallout.
the shit out of me, and Fallout. Now I believe they're trying to use their grubby little paws to get their shit on fucking Activision Blizzard. And it all comes down to the simple fact that they can't make a fucking exclusive first-party title to save their goddamn lives. Because you gotta remember, Sony, of course, had stuff like Spider-Man and that,
Yeah.
which as you well know, Spider-Man is a fucking quality game.
Oh yeah.
You know, we've got Spider-Man 2's fucking coming, Wolverine's coming, all that shit. You know, Sony's
Looking forward to that.
quite good at their first party titles when given the opportunity to make them work.
Mm.
Microsoft, on the other hand, hasn't had a good fucking first party exclusive since Halo?
Fable.
Was Fable a Microsoft exclusive?
Yeah. Fable was Xbox
Oh, okay,
exclusive.
well, yeah, so Fable, yeah, they had Fable.
I like the Fable
Yep.
series.
Yeah, you got Fable and Halo, both of which are, you know, not seen much of at the moment.
But then again, you know, Molyneux. Molyneux, sorry.
Yeah, well, that's it. But yeah, I know you got Fable and Halo. But as I said, I'm taking sadistic joy in other fucking things for all these Xbox fanboys that are squealing over. Look at what we're getting. Guess what they're not getting for at least a year, if at all.
Spider-Man.
Well, they're not getting Spider-Man at all, but no, they're not getting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Eat a dick.
At the moment, I believe it's timed release, but if it's anything like Final Fantasy Intergrade, I don't think they ever got the first part of the fucking remake.
They can eat dick.
And we all feel so bad about it.
I know. I know. Whatever shall we do?
I was, don't get me wrong, man, like, I was not a fanboy by any stretch. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, my console clearly been anymore. But that shit. I'm like, alright, you know what? The fact that you're buying up companies like that,
Yeah, no,
that
that's kind of...
shits me off, like, royally. I'm not happy about that. Just because at the end of the day, what you're doing... hang on, I'm just checking the map. What you're doing is essentially diluting it so that
I think it's this
less
way, Dick.
people have... Oh, you reckon? Oh, I think
Yeah.
going this way if you get to it.
No, oh, well, I've got it pinned, so it actually gives me a trail.
Oh, alright, cool. Alright, we'll go this way. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you're diluting, you know, games that are very, very good. You're jamming them onto a console that, I'm sorry, and I stand by this, I've played Xboxes. I actually have a little love for the Xbox 360. I thought it was a solid console. I enjoyed the PS3 more because it had more features, but there was nothing wrong with the 360. But ultimately, your latest fucking excuse for a console, you're essentially locking up really good games to make people buy a trash excuse for a console.
Yeah. I mean,
if you really get down to brass tacks, you can fanboy all you want, but if you look at reality for what it is, the 5 is a better console. Period. It's a better console.
yeah. I mean, honestly, I've tried Xbox. I've had Xbox, the original Xbox plus 360 and all that.
Xbox back in the day, and as I said, I will be the first to give credit where it's due. I was a big fan of the 360. I actually thought the 360 was a solid console.
I didn't mind the 360. Out of all the Xbox consoles, that's probably the one I actually enjoyed the most because it lasted longer.
Yeah, no, look, I thought the 360. I will admit that the 360 shit in the back to death on the first one that came out.
Yeah, the thing is,
But beyond that, I can't ever say that the 360 was really a disappointment. I don't think it was. I remember it being quite a good console.
I mean, honestly, I enjoyed the GameCube more than the Xbox, but that's just me.
The GameCube was an unsung, underrated hero, though. We all know it.
Yeah, you do.
The GameCube also did it stealthy.
With the tiny discs.
I mean, what the fuck do they think?
Yeah, but then again, Nintendo's kind of... there's always one
Don't get
thing.
me wrong, man. I got a lot of love for the Switch. I really genuinely do.
I do want a Switch.
I got mad love for the Switch because the Switch is such a... Look, if you put it this way, so I've seen a thing...
Another event?
I've seen a thing where people are giving Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch shit because it doesn't look very good. Fair play.
It does look beautiful on the side.
Now, I do agree with one of the arguments they're making, which was the fact that on the Switch, it's still being charged the same price as if you were buying it on the PlayStation. I'm like, yeah, look, fair play to you. You know what? It's gonna be. If the performance on the Switch version is not going to be up to the scuff of the other consoles, which of course it wouldn't be. Look at the difference in consoles.
Well, exactly.
But no, you shouldn't be charging full price like you are on the fucking other console.
No.
But that being said, if you buy a game like Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch and go, oh well, how come it doesn't look like the PS5 version? You're a fucking moron.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's like, why would you expect it to look like that?
Why would you expect a game on the Nintendo Switch to have the same graphical look as the fucking PlayStation 5? You're an idiot.
Yeah.
And if you want to, well, I do agree that it shouldn't be the same price. If you spent $70 on it, assuming that it was going to be the same as the PS5, you deserve to be ripped off and you don't deserve your money.
Yeah.
Out of mana.
Now, with that being said, the caveat being, like I said, got a lot of love for the Switch. I like the fact that, you know, me as a Final Fantasy fan,
Not yet.
hang on, I have got to
I've got
spend
stuff.
a point of my own.
And I've just got another one.
You know, as a Final Fantasy fan, I love the fact that I can, well, I can pretty much play all the Final Fantasy games on there that I want to play, with the exception of maybe 15 and 16, which, you know, not really
Meh.
feel like I'm missing much there.
I mean, I got 15. I kind
certainly,
of dabble in
you know,
15.
Certainly the ability to play, I pretty much can play 1 through 12, obviously minus 11 on the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I'm fucking not complaining about that, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, 11 obviously you can't, but because it was the online one, but yeah, I can play the original 1 through to 12 on the Switch. Or it's all the originals, pixel remasters and whatnot.
Still.
And I love the ability to, you know, I can be playing it attached to the TV, or I can take it off the TV if I want to take it with me somewhere. I got to get a train to work, take the Switch. If I'm at work, considering what I do for a living, and I happen to have to sit for 2 or 3 hours until my next job comes along, then I've got the Switch there.
Honestly, that's not bad.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think after a couple of years of some pretty missed shit, to be honest, I think both the Wii and the Wii U were a bit missed.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with the getting things a little more back on track with the Switch.
See, the only reason why I would probably consider going, right, I'm going to get a Wii, is because it's backwards compatible with GameCube. And it's a lot cheaper than actually getting an actual GameCube.
That is true, yes. I mean, that is probably the one thing that we had going for it.
Yeah.
Because the Wii U, I mean, do you know anyone that has a Wii U?
I knew somebody who had the Wii U,
Oh, there you go. I never knew anyone that had the Wii U. Ever.
but it was only like the one person.
Yeah, no, I never met anyone that had a Wii U. I also don't really remember there being any standout games that would make me want to go and get a Wii U.
Not
Yeah,
really,
I really don't.
because all the really good games for the Wii U actually kind of came out on the 3DS.
Live long.
See, for me, one of the biggest appeals at the time for the GameCube was the GameCube had the Resident Evil fan, had
Yeah.
the Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4 when it first came out. So that was enough for me to jump on the GameCube, and then I found out that at that point in time you could also get Resident Evils 2, 3, and Code Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, fuck yeah, you know, we're talking now. You know what I mean? Like we're talking my language, so to speak. And to be honest, you know, I got it for the Resident Evils, but then I got a couple other games that came with it and whatnot, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it a lot.
That's good, man.
You know, and the GameCube, I still to this day think was a bit of an unsung hero.
I mean, I honestly
I
liked,
thought it was a little underappreciated
I'll
and
work on
a
that
bit of an
later.
unsung hero.
I actually liked Twin Snakes on that.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Twin Snakes.
Mm.
I also was
Because I'm not a
a
massive,
fan of the old Twin Snakes.
because I wasn't like a massive Metal Gear Solid fan, but I like Twin Snakes because it was basically the original one, which I played a lot of on the PS1.
Mm.
And yeah, so I played a lot on that, and then it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah, no, Well, that's the other cool thing is, I don't know if you noticed, I think it's only another week or two, if that, until the Metal Gear Solid Classic Collection re-release comes out.
I did.
And that is also
coming.
coming out on the Switch. So I can play Metal Gear Solid on the go.
Nay, traveler.
You can play it in a box.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I can get in a box and play it. But yeah, no, as I said, I really do. I think after a couple of, I know the Wii. Not everyone considers the Wii a missed console. I do. I had one, and I remember being a little bit like,
I honestly got it for Twilight Princess, and that was it.
the motion controls. I wasn't on the hype, man.
Yeah, but then again, the motion controls was in their infancy.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, there was some games. I mean, I remember I played. I don't know if you played Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, the first one.
Not on the Wii, no.
So I played it on both the. I think PlayStation 3 was the one that was out at the time, and the Wii.
Yeah, that was the 3.
So I played it on the 3, and I played it on the Wii.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the 3 was the better version, and it had nothing to do with graphics or anything like that. The 3 was the better version because there were several parts of Force Unleashed on the Wii where, for obvious reasons, we've got motion controls, better put them in, and they were shithouses. It was not a game that needed the advent of motion controls. Not at all. So, yeah, Matt and I had discussed in the commercial break. For those of you that didn't realise, because we didn't realise ourselves until this moment, this is actually our new podcast that you're currently listening to.
Grumpy Old Gamers.
Grumpy Old Gamers, in which Matt and I talk a bunch of shit about whatever old games or new games or gaming in general. Well, we play a random game in the background.
Because if there's anything we know, it's gaming.
To a degree. But yeah,
I mean, we're not experts, but yeah.
So, as we've been discussing though, what did PS3, I mean, what for you though? Like, if you want to go back, because obviously you and I met PS2 era.
Xbox PS2 era, yeah.
Xbox PS2 era.
2005, for those who don't know.
What was it? What about the? I mean, I can tell you right now what it was that kept me in the PlayStation wheelhouse. The PlayStation wheelhouse. There was horror on both, but PlayStation felt like it had done it better, especially its first PS1. But what was the Mortal Kombat's on fucking? Obviously, your Dragon Ball Z ones, your Tenkaichis and shit, your Budokais and all that.
Oh yeah, they were very much on that.
Was there Mortal Kombat on the PS2, PS3 era?
There was. It wasn't Mortal Kombat 4. You had Deception and Deadly Alliance, which I unfortunately didn't get to play. So I don't know the story much behind Deception and Deadly Alliance. But they also had the final one before they rebooted it in 9, which was Armageddon. And I had that. And I played.
Was that PS3? Was it?
No, that was PS2.
That was PS2. So was there just not a Mortal Kombat on PS3?
No, PS3 was 9.
Oh, did they
Yeah.
Release 9 did they?
No, 9 was 3, 10 was 4, and
okay.
and 11 was 4/5.
When the fuck did I remember playing 9, and I don't think I had 9 on PlayStation 3.
Yeah, 9 was a PS3.
I must have got it on 3. Oh, there you go. It must have been near the end of the 3 life cycle that was released in Australia then.
I think so.
Because I remember,
it was
I
just
can tell you right
after.
now, I didn't have a long. I know 10 is the one I probably played more of than any of the others.
Good on 10.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because 10 had the XL version.
Yes, that had Jason.
10 was definitely the one that I would have played more than any of the others.
Yeah, no, I mean I've played a lot of them. Because yeah, for those who don't know, it was what got me into gaming. Like Nick's Resident Evil and Final Fantasy, Mortal Kombat's
Oh
my
no,
jam.
no, no. I mean, if you're gonna talk about the gaming,
It'd be Doom,
it's
wouldn't it?
accurate.
It'd be Doom, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Doom and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because my parents got me a Sega Mega Drive. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But
see-
yeah, so I'd say Doom and Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah. So
Probably.
for me, it was Mortal Kombat on the SNES. The Mortal Kombat
I would
trilogy
lean
on the
more
SNES.
towards, based on where my gaming has gone over the years, I'd lean more towards Doom, but
But
Sonic,
no,
I'd
I'd-
give it credit where it's due.
I really liked Armageddon. Armageddon was quite good because it had everyone, even ones that were like little side
I
characters. They had
will
them in.
say, funny little tale that very few other than me would probably be privy to, I would imagine. One of the first games I have an actual strong memory of you playing
Me.
on your PlayStation 2. Yes, yeah. There was a number of games you played.
Yeah.
But this one, I have a very strong memory of you playing it, and those that know you will understand why the memory is so strong. So you had, I believe it was X-Men 3 that had Nightcrawler in it,
Yes.
and you could play, it was 3 characters you could play as. It was Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and I think Iceman was the other one.
Yeah. The Iceman level.
And if I remember this correctly, when you had to play as Iceman, he was constantly moving around on like an ice slide.
Yeah. His sleeves are terrible.
Yeah, those that think salty, angry gamer rage Matt is a new thing. I have very, very strong memories of you playing the Iceman sections in X-Men 3, the game, and being a lot less than impressed about
And
it.
I actually believe that was 360.
Oh.
I believe that was 360 era actually.
No, that was PlayStation 2.
You sure?
The reason I know that was I'm almost 100% certain that was PlayStation 2 because I almost 100. Again, I'm always open to say that I could be wrong. My memory is always a bit hunky-dory, but I believe that the game case had the blue border of PlayStation 2
Oh, true.
around it. I don't believe that was 360 era.
But then again, 360 and PS2 were around the same time.
No.
They were around the same time.
Xbox original was the PS2 one, wasn't it? 360
Yeah.
was
And then
direct
360 came
competition
out.
to PS3.
Oh, it came out a little bit after the 360. Because I was watching Game
but
Traders at the
that's
time.
That's their generation, though.
Yeah, I guess.
360 and PS2 are definitely. PS2 was the competition, generational competition for the original Xbox. PS3, yeah, the 360 was definitely the one that went up against the PS3.
Oh, for the most part, because yeah, they were released.
There might have been a little crossover, and that's only because, give PlayStation their credit, the PS2 was the fucking console that would not die.
Oh yeah, that lasted
I felt
freaking
like
a nearly decade or something.
It felt like for nearly 2 or 3 years after the PS3 came out, they were still releasing new PS2 games. They'd be like, oh, I remember one of the SmackDown vs. Raw wrestling games. There was several of them, I believe.
It was on 360, 2 and 3.
Yeah. 2 was the bloody console that would not fucking die, to its credit.
I think they called it future proof.
Which was a testament to how good the console really was.
Oh yeah,
honestly. PS2 was a good console.
I think it actually still is one of the longest running and highest selling consoles in history. And I was one of those that had one.
So did I. Unfortunately, PS2, the last time I had any kind of hands-on time with a PS2, it had laser burning issues. Frustrating.
I think Mum's got a PS2 that's like really old, but that's because she's got an original PS1 copy of Monster Rancher.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And yeah, Monster Rancher is a great example of graphics is not a game mate.
No, Monster Rancher was a very interesting. That was the one where it
The
read
monsters
your
could
memory
die.
card. Yeah, but it read your memory card, didn't it? And then you could.
No, CDs. You basically you read it read the CDs you put in.
Read the say, yeah, I knew it read something.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
essentially was your monsters came from what games.
Yeah. So much so, and this is also showing age, but Mum, Michael, and I, we actually used Microsoft Access to make a database of all our CDs and what monsters came out of them.
There you go.
Yeah, Microsoft Access, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'll show you age. The first time I played Resident Evil 3, if I remember correctly, was a rental copy from Video Easy.
Ooh.
So there you go. You know, the video store.
If you didn't see urine outside,
For a time long,
we'll
long
search
ago.
on the way.
But then again, I was also... We're
Oh
going
no,
back
don't
in the
decline.
day.
Damn it. Oh no.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I didn't decline something, I hope.
If we're going back in the day, I also, I have distinct memories of being one of the only people out of my group of friends that had a PlayStation
Not
1.
while
Everyone
I'm
else
in
had
town.
fucking 64s. And I never got the hype, to be honest with you. To this day, my own wife will extol the virtues of a Nintendo 64, and I don't get it.
And you know what? I'm actually I'll back your lovely wife on that.
I don't get it. I don't understand the hype.
Not
I had a
while I'm in
64 and that was yeah.
Well, for starters, and I've been saying this since I had, since the days of PlayStation 1, how are you going to tell me that a console with cartridges is going to be superior to a console that's running off disc?
Honestly, I think it depends on the games. Like what sort of games you like.
Yeah, but I don't even remember. I know, credit where it's due, I remember Super Mario 64 was a big deal for its time.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time was a big deal.
Yeah, well, I'm not stupid enough to talk shit about Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Or what was the
think
other one?
so.
Majora's Mask, I think, was the other one that came out.
Yeah, Majora's Mask was good. GoldenEye,
Yeah,
of
look, fair
course.
play. GoldenEye, I think, was more known for its multiplayer
Yeah.
than anything else. I think GoldenEye was very the big multiplayer one. And again, I actually went over a friend's place and played the GoldenEye multiplayer. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. But again, whether or not I would classify it as better than PlayStation is very, very big claim.
Well, the reason that Michael and I had one is because it was the main one that that we wanted because Pokemon Stadium, man. Pokemon
Well,
Stadium.
no, you want to know what I remember? My cousin had a Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going around his house and playing, they had Pokemon Snap.
Oh my god.
And I remember playing it, and
We were
I didn't get it, I'll be honest. I was like,
See, I never owned
Okay.
that. I never owned that, but again,
like, I don't understand the point of what I'm doing here. This doesn't seem very fun. Am I missing something?
well, we never owned it. We borrowed it from Video Easy, not Video Easy, Blockbuster.
I also believe that there was a new Pokemon Snap came out for Switch not long ago.
Yes, with all the other nearly 1,000 types of Pokemon.
Yeah.
this night.
But,
They just got to know when to stop.
well, to be fair, we, for those that do enjoy tonight's attempt at doing our first podcast, you will hear us talk Pokemon in a future podcast, all about Pokemon tonight. Just kind of a general
Maybe he and the Knights tried to stop
do of the old school gaming.
taking him somewhere.
But yes, well, and if you guys want to, if anyone wants to kind of comment on any sort of
Yeah, if
suggestions
there's
for
anything,
podcast,
any kind of specific topic you wish for us to discuss, please let us know,
yeah,
and we will do our utmost to have a discussion about it if we can. But yeah, as I said, man, like I just don't remember. Even now, I don't remember it back then, and I certainly don't feel it now. The hype behind the 64 is something I didn't get.
although, so to be perfectly honest, one thing I didn't like about the 64, which again kind of hurt me as a Mortal Kombat man, Mortal Kombat 4 on the 64.
They share a connection, though.
You're gonna have to explain why on that one.
I mean,
Was that a
again, because I think it was on the
bad
PlayStation as
game,
well.
or- I believe it was. I believe it was on the PlayStation.
Again, it looked a lot better, but on the 64, it was jank. The 64 controller was not made for a standard.
Yeah, actually, hang on. If we're gonna talk shitty things on the 64 and I don't understand the hype, what was the deal with the controller?
That was an acid trip. Let's
That
be honest.
weird fucking joystick in the middle, trigger at the back thing.
Yeah, no, that thing was. Yeah, which is why Doom 64 you can't look up and down.
Yeah, no, I completely, in my not understanding the hype, I completely forgot the fucking weirdness of the 64 controller.
I mean, it worked well for Mario Kart. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
Did I play Mario Kart 64? I don't even think I played Mario Kart 64. Oh no, I did. I played it once or twice. Yeah.
when Michael and I
Friend of mine had
got
it.
when Michael and I got the 64 for Christmas, because we kind of had a family meeting going, we want this for Christmas. We don't care what else we get. You can kind of get us, nothing else, just it. So there's the two controller packs, and it came with Mario Kart. But we weren't the first ones to play it. I believe it was my Auntie Karen and my Auntie Sue who played it, and my God, they've never touched a console in their lives. So it was the funniest shit.
Oh, speaking of bad decisions by Nintendo, did you ever get the chance to play the Mario Kart on the Wii with the fucking steering wheel thing? That you put the little Wii remote into the steering wheel and that was fucking appalling.
I think I did actually.
I couldn't play that for shit. No word of joke. Could not play that for shit. I remember just being like, this is terrible.
Actually, it wasn't my Wii. I think it was my ex-wife's Wii. Because she still got one. And we actually used it when we were still together. But that was after I had my Wii. And yeah, it was definitely unpleasant. To say the least.
Yeah, no,
If you give me what
It's funny, I don't understand. As I said, for me, I never understood the hype for the 64, and I thought the GameCube was not hyped enough.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with you on the latter on that one. I mean,
Although some of the things I've seen in this day and age would suggest that nowadays the GameCube is getting a bit more appreciation than it did, which is, it's good to see.
I mean, obviously it had its kind of tire fires.
Oh yeah,
adventures.
although I read somewhere that graphically the GameCube was actually the best of the three of that generation graphically.
Stabbed him with the
Yeah,
sword.
Or at
yeah.
least for some of the games, apparently the graphics on it were.
Well, I believe because Budokai 1 was on all consoles, and it was on GameCube. And
are we excited for 4? I bet we are.
if we did subtitles, that
bet
would be
we
a
are.
happy noise. Oh, I've got a boner for 4, so they better not fuck it up.
Oh, I bet you've got a fucking hard chubby for 4. I'm not
I
doubting
do. I mean, for those who are watching this who don't know, one of the greatest things, I think it was Tenkaichi 3.
Find urine as quickly
that.
as
Yeah,
possible.
it was one of them.
Yeah, I think it was Tenkaichi 3.
Three sounds about right. I don't
Yeah.
think it was one of the older ones. 3 sounds about
I think it was 3. It was just before the Raging Blast
Time
ones.
for us to power my
And
boy.
the
right.
Abysmal Burst Limit.
I don't think I've even played the
Even
Raging
now,
Blast
he-
one.
Raging
I
Blast
definitely
is
never
really
played
good.
Burst Limit.
Burst, but yeah, but you remember when I did though.
I remember we were looking at Burst Limit, you got it, you played it, and if I remember that was when you came to me and went, oh fuck this
They can
thing.
fight harder to
Yeah,
take
because
control.
I was working at a video game shop at the time, so I got it a week early.
Yeah, you weren't real happy about it. I remember
No,
correctly.
well it only went up to sell, and then after that it was like, yeah, what else do you do? Nothing.
And at that point GT was already out.
Yeah, and then they had nothing. They had nothing for
Yeah,
GT.
now whether you like GT or not, and
I do.
entitled to their own opinion.
I really like GT.
To end it at the Cell Saga when you have so much more to work with.
Yeah, I mean, you still had the Boo Saga for starters.
Well, yeah, but to even taking the Boo Saga out of the equation, once you get done with the Boo Saga, you've still got the GT Saga. Plus, you've also got Dragon Ball and
see,
shit.
They've never done the Dragon Ball series, which I think they should.
I mean, have they even ever had any of the characters in their Dragon Ball iterations in any of these games? I know they've had Kid Goku in his GT iteration.
No. I believe it was Tenkaichi 3 actually had like it had peel off. It had freaking Nam. It had Commander Blue.
You know, I'm going to date myself. Do you know what game I remember? My first Dragon Ball Z game.
Oh,
I believe
Ultimate Battle
called
22.
Ultimate Battle,
Battle
22. But
22.
once you unlocked the rest of the characters, it became Ultimate Battle 28 or something.
Yes.
It actually changed the number in the title.
I believe you were with me when I got that for PS1.
Yeah, I had played it though before I met you. I remember
Yeah.
playing that
But
fucking years ago.
But I think you were with me because I think you're in the car, in the back seat of the car with me, and Mum was driving. And I'd got it and I was so excited and it turned out to be so crap.
Oh, it wasn't crap. It was just of its time.
It was Japanese.
Well, yeah, but if I remember correctly, the Tenkaichi ones, weren't they in Japanese as well?
The first, no, but the difference is you got the words in Japanese, which is what Tenkaichi 1, which what Budokai 1 was, but it still had, it was a good effective game. But
Yeah.
the other one, it was, you had to be, it's almost like you had to be Japanese to use it properly.
Yeah, you probably did, to be honest.
Yeah. Whereas at least the Budokai ones were simpler to do. But yeah,
I was going to say, for me, PlayStation 1, not only did it have, obviously, Ultimate Battle and the better of the Mortal Kombat options,
For you.
but let's be honest, man, and now I'm a fan of all of them, but if you're talking the games that defined a console, you'd be stupid to disregard 7, 8, and 9 of the Final Fantasy series, especially 7, but 8 and 9 were no ridiculous drop either.
no, well, 8 unfortunately was the weakest of them, but mainly because of the junctioning system.
Oh, among other things, there are a few things.
That's a bit
8
how
had
you
to
going.
answer for. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the
The
Gunblade was cool,
storyline
right?
8 was a little bit... Yeah, well, look, the Gunblade was cool.
I like the Gunblade.
The storyline was a bit messy, and
I don't mind the
Squall
GF
as a-
system.
Squall as a character was pretty trash.
I mean, you're not. I mean, Quistis, who's the hottest Final Fantasy woman in my opinion, literally throws herself at him, and he goes, "No." I'm like, what are you, like, really badly gay? I'm
Again,
like,
that's one we will have to discuss in detail
Yeah.
another time. The Final Fantasy series.
well, that one we could probably bring a special guest in for that.
Yeah, well, if they're available.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
To be fair, though, said special guest, you know, there's Final Fantasy 7, and I think there's everything else for him, isn't there? I don't think he's
You know, I think
more about the full series.
yeah, I think he's definitely more into like 7 as a whole.
Which, see, again, you know, not that I'll go too much into detail on it tonight. One, it's been discussed before, so I'll save it for later, but I still maintain of the 3 on the PS1, 7 is the best.
No, honestly, I'll agree with that one. But again, we'll get into it.
The better one. Not tonight, yeah. But, and there, well, we can really date ourselves, because I believe both you and I were people that had Sega Mega Drive.
That was Master System 2 for me. Which I believe I had a Master System. I think
it was Mega Drive 2, which might have been Master System 2. The naming conventions of the Segas were different.
oh yeah, because they
Because I
called
know
one
what
thing.
I had was called a Mega Drive. I believe in other parts of the world it was the same. That was called the Genesis.
Yeah,
So, you know, again, the naming convention.
and I think the Master System 2 was actually the same as the Saturn.
No. That doesn't sound right. I don't think so. I genuinely, I'm pretty sure the Saturn was its own thing. Because from what I understand of the history of Sega, the Saturn is also,
Wasn't the Dreamcast.
yeah, but that was actually part of their downfall, because I think the Saturn, I don't think the Saturn was out for very long before the Dreamcast started putting in its work. I think that was what kind of caught them out, was that they'd released the Saturn, and then the Dreamcast was not long after.
Oh, geez, flaming parts.
But again, I'd have to look into that, that's a discussion another time. But yeah, well, the reason I was bringing up the Mega Drive is I believe you and I had similar experiences with the old weekend of Sonic because you couldn't save.
No, ours wasn't Sonic, ours was Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy, okay, well mine was Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah, no,
Because you could not save.
yeah,
Pretty
Mark and
sure
I
when
took
we
it
were
in
watching
turns.
this, it used to be that saving was not something that became common with every game. Certainly
Yeah.
not auto saving and checkpoint either.
Oh god no, we had lives.
Back in the day, if you were very, very lucky, your game might have the. I think some of the Mega Drive ones might have had the ability to save. I know a fair number of them had password systems in them. The old
Yes.
password system.
Yes.
And again, for the youngsters that are watching, that is a system where every time you complete a level, a password pops up that you have to write down,
Before you continue.
so that when you put the game back in, you can type that password in and it will load up the game roughly, I guess.
Well, you basically you go to the level that you were, regardless of whether, you know, it's got your equipment or anything like that.
No, I think it always had your equipment. I think the password was like why it was that specific password.
Well, no, the password was just skip to the level. That's all it was.
Going back again, if I've been talking Jurassic Park, I think that actually was the case. I think the password for Jurassic Park like it would actually get back into exactly what the password. So, for example, if you entered the level with like one less bullet, the password might have been stuck.
Oh, okay, because yeah, I know
I
with
think again, like I'm almost
this
100%
is-
that is how it went.
this is like going back 20, 25, maybe 30 years.
Oh, fucking keep going, dude. It's gotta be at least, I would say 30 years. I'm 35. I'm pretty sure my Mega Drive I got when I was 5.
Yeah, no, so I
About
got the
30 years.
Master System. Yeah, I was about 6.
About three decades.
Has come a
The
lot.
old Sega.
Sega.
Oh god, yeah, I remember. Again, you get sort of Jurassic Park, you boot that up and it would have the T-Rex and you go Sega.
And you know when the cartridge didn't load because Alex the Kid came up.
No, so that was not on the Mega Drive. That you definitely had a Master System. That was definitely a Master System thing, not a Mega Drive thing.
Yeah.
The inbuilt Alex Kidd game. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
Master
do
System.
remember that. That was a Master System. I never had one of those, but my parents' housemate had a.
Yeah.
I played that a few times prior to getting my Mega Drive.
But we never had Sonic for it actually.
One of the
had Echo
things
the
I
Dolphin.
remember, one game I specifically remember from Mega Drive that was very different. It was Sonic and Spinball.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, look. The easy description would be Sonic the Hedgehog Pinball, but that's underselling it, to be honest. For those that are wondering about Sonic and Spinball, I honestly encourage you to look it up. It was very unique. It really was. It was very, very unique.
Oh wow.
I would encourage anybody that is the slightest bit curious as to what Sonic and Spinball is, look it up.
Yeah, no, I
Because you are
remember.
truly in for a treat.
I have fond memories, and this is probably my favourite childhood memory, which does actually include my older brother as well. 48 hours straight of Wonder Boy. We never finished it, or we never lost. We never got a game over.
I don't.
And we were like
Oh no, I did actually. I think
115.
I did. I think I finished Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I do think I managed to finish it once. And I think it's a long fucking time. But yeah, no, 100%. Please, to anybody watching this that is even a little bit curious, I bet look up Sonic and Spinball, please, because it is a genuine treat. I have never.
I
seen
think I
a
remember
game
the ads for that
before
though.
or after anything like it. It was fantastic.
I think I think I actually remember the ads for that. Like again, it was like early 90s.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude, 100% it was early 90s. No question. No questions asked on that one.
Yeah.
What else was there? So I went from Mega Drive to PlayStation.
I went
I'll
from
tell you what I
Master
did.
System.
I'll tell you what I did have. I cannot remember it.
Yeah.
It was technically my
I'm
uncle's.
sorry.
Atari 2600.
Oh, that's going back.
Mm.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Paddling,
I can
Space
do better than
Invaders,
that.
Super Breakout, all that shit was on it. I again am not going to claim that I don't remember playing it. I just know that we had it, and I think what shits me is I do not know where it went, which is really annoying because that thing, if I knew where the fuck it was, and it had so many games in it.
That would be worth quite a bit.
Oh, mate, can you imagine? I'd be cashing out some money on that. Fucking, oh, would I ever? If I still, because I said that had all the games with it too. Like that had fucking so much.
Yeah, one thing. I could probably beat that actually.
Yeah.
And again, my aunties, Donkey Kong 2 on Mr. Game & Watch.
Oh damn.
The Game
Wow.
& Watch, yeah.
Game and Watch. I did
The
not have a
dual
Game
screen.
and Watch. Did not have a Game and Watch. I had an original. I say original Game Boy. I had a. So it was the original Game Boy, but mine was when they So it was green. It wasn't the original grey color.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the
It was
grey
when
brick,
they
it was
were
the
still-
coloured brick.
Yeah, it wasn't the grey brick. It was the coloured brick. So it wasn't a Game Boy Color. It was just they coloured the brick, kind of
Yeah.
like I think it was a green one, a red one, a blue one, or the original grey one.
Yeah.
And the very first game I remember getting for that Game Boy was Metroid
We were the ones.
Return of Samus.
Good old Metroid.
Presence was no
I
cost.
had Metroid
Everything
2, and I
happened
think
exactly as Lilith
I
wanted.
want to say Mega Man.
We just
It was one of the Mega
bounced
Mans. I
down
want to say Mega Man 2.
Donan was
See, I didn't get like my own Game Boy.
not
I actually got a Game Boy game before I got a Game Boy because with the 64 with this Pokemon Stadium you could use the transfer pack and play the Pokemon games
Had promised her.
in game and use your Pokemon that way.
We needed to stop
But I think my first Game Boy was the Game Boy Advance SP that looked like a tricorder.
All right, I do remember the SP. Yes,
Yep, because you and I played Leaf Green and Fire Red together.
yes, we did.
Back in the day at the Rotunda.
I actually had I had the original Pokemon Red or original Game Boy back in the day. It was a revelation at the time.
Yes.
I'd never played anything like it.
Red was the one that I had on the Pokemon Stadium too.
I know I had never. Sorry, I unlocked it. I've got to spend some points. Give me a moment. But yeah, I had never had fucking anything like it. Pokemon. That was something else, man. I just remember like, damn, you know.
Catching critters and making them battle for your amusement.
I also
For your
remember it
money.
being. I distinctly remember when I first played it. It for a young kid, it was pretty fucking hard actually. And it wasn't like these days where like your rival was your friend. Again, we'll go into Pokemon more in a future episode, but all I will say
definitely.
is Gary was a dick.
Oh my god.
Gary was a world-class fucking dick.
Yeah. Yeah. Although
he was a bastard.
I did learn something about Gary recently, but again we'll save it for the next podcast. Our Pokemon
you
one.
gotta.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I liked. I mean, again, we didn't get the red and blue until we had Pokemon Stadium 2. So where did you run off to?
I went back to Firebreak Manor.
I'm trying to find my.
God, Pokemon Stadium. I remember those being big deals too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, look, as I said, you know, all things considered, it's been good being a gamer over the years.
Oh yeah.
There's been some not so good shit.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
If I'm being honest, there's been a couple of not so great ones. But I think because we've got to be well into a second video at this point, knowing our timing. I'd say we can probably call it there for the night. We've finished a big boss and had a discussion. And I think when we do our next podcast, which hopefully will be not too long, I reckon our next one, we're gonna do one of Matt's favourites here. I think we'll delve into the history a little bit, both the game and the personal histories we have with Mortal Kombat.
Ooh,
I think it's a
like
good
that.
starting point for our next podcast. You know, this one was kind of a get the feel, talk a bit of shit just about gaming in general. But no, I think for our next one we should delve, into not only the history of the games but our personal history with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I thought you would be.
Awesome.
Have a bit of discussion about the games at Major.
Yes, no, that's true. And yeah, and then after that it'll be your turn.
Yeah, no, I think for episode 3, pretty obvious. We'll go Mortal Kombat for 2, and we might go Final Fantasy for 3. I think so. Be on the lookout for the next 2 episodes upcoming.
That means you, Lisa.
Yeah. No, at least it's not the only one. Other people watch it as well.
That's true.
But yeah,
Then
we'll
you too, Jess.
go Mortal Kombat, and then we'll go Final Fantasy. We'll work out from there.
Awesome.
But in the meantime, look, we sincerely hope that our few viewers and anyone that does find this by accident enjoyed it. It's going to be a bit more refined, a bit more on topic next time. This was kind of just a shoot the shit.
It was a pilot
The idea kind of came after the Duke Nukem one we did last week, when I realised that we weren't really trying to be funny per se.
No.
You know, like with the Dragon Ball Z ones, you were yelling and a lot of fun, whereas it was kind of more just shoot the shit. We weren't trying to keep to the game's story or make a proper video. It was just us shooting some breeze.
Chilling.
And I thought, well, we know how to shoot some breeze, so let's shoot some breeze about a topic. Play a game in the background and talk some shit.
And you can also comment in the comments section for
Yes,
any
please.
any
Any
suggestions.
form of communication, whether comments section or otherwise, if there's any particular topic you want to hear us cover.
And
But yeah.
if we decide to use yours, we'll give you a shout out on that particular video.
But yeah, no, for the next 2 episodes, episode 2 will straight up, we've already decided. Episode 2, Mortal Kombat, and episode 3 will be Final Fantasy.
Yep. And then after that, mystery.
I'll have to do a bit of research, get bone up on my Mortal Kombat facts.
And I'll see if there's any facts that I don't know.
And you know, if for the record as well, because obviously gaming is something there may be other things. We may have episodes where, you know, we might branch off a little bit. Could have a Doctor Who episode. Who knows?
Yes. It definitely won't be sport because I don't know enough about it.
No, we won't do sport. Fair play. But you know, we could branch off, do a Red Dwarf episode. Who fucking knows? Well, the only thing we know is what 2 and 3 are going to be. Beyond that, we have no fucking clue. Most will be gaming, but we might get a bee in our bonnet to do something else. Because we can.
Because we have the power. We have the tools. We have the talent.
We can rebuild him. We can make him better, stronger, a faster podcast. But no, I sincerely enjoyed this, and I actually am looking forward to doing a few more of these where we just, I'm genuinely looking forward to getting some in-depth and a bit of your takes on Mortal Kombat. Honestly, I think we'll start at the beginning, so to speak, and work our way through up to the current one, and I'll get your takes on them, and you know, you're definitely more knowledgeable than me.
I'm not gonna lie,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll it'll be interesting to get your takes on the Mortal Kombats, ranging from the original all the way to the current, and your thoughts and feelings on them. But in the meantime, as I said, I have enjoyed this immensely. And
Yes, I
think
have
we should
indeed.
Sign off.
No worries at all. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Take us
Yeah,
out.
This has been the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. Till next time.
Catch us next time.